ain't none of y'all stopping me. Used to say I never get a ring, Charles Barkley. Now I got a wife, got kids, own property. Bubble-eyed beans that look like that be watching me. Okay, I lied about the beans, but that was hard though. I'm still in that black act, but she starred though. Cause that's all it takes. Don't flash it for. I'm on my grind, not no motherfucking fashion shit. Look, hey yo, headed to the top. Ain't none of y'all stopping me. Used to say I never get a ring, Charles Barkley.
What up, y'all? I didn't think I was gonna make it today.
Okay, I lied about the beans, but that was hard though. I'm still in that black act, but she starred though.
T, what up, T? You more than welcome to be a moderator. You can moderate the chat if you want to.
I'm trying to buy a whole lot so I can sell them bitches. Young businessman, that's why I used to drop pounds, no fitness plan. Yeah, and some get it with a bachelor. Me, I flip money.
One second, y'all.
But it's all good. Get it how you live. Gotta build an empire for your grandkids, kids.
I damn sure we're coming up here today. I just said, you know what? Just do it.
Can I breathe? A drop is what I need, but not so I can stunt, just so I can feel the breeze. Can I live? Cop me a crib, something with a lake view, but not too big. Can I breathe? A drop is what I need.
I promise y'all I'm coming, y'all. Don't leave me.
Ain't none of y'all stopping me. Used to say I never get a ring, Charles Barkley. Now I got a wife, got kids, own property. Bubble-eyed beans that look like that bitch be watching me.
Alright, I turn this camera on. Hopefully I don't look too bad. Okay, let me fix that. I don't even look at myself before I left my come on. I just straight, drop my son off, went straight it off. Dropped them off at school, went straight to work, and I've been at it. And after this, y'all, for anybody sitting in my email inbox right now, be patient with me. I'm checking those today. That's the last thing I'm about to do for the day. After that, I'm going home. Everything else can wait. All right, what we got going on? Shout out to Chief. Welcome back to the world. I don't know where you been, bro. Welcome back, the post-construction cleaning specialist. He been long time CBN member. So I appreciate you checking back in. What else we got? 7 grams. Shout out to you. Appreciate you showing up as usual. Art of Nature says, is there any way a Nigerian cleaning company can source for grants? Being that that's not my, I can't relate to that. I wouldn't know because I never sought that out. But I'm sure they probably got some type of program out there for immigrants. So definitely look into it, but I wouldn't know. Seize Up says, when this whole track drop and this a vibe, no lie. Man, I know we never finished it. So when you hear it keep stopping and starting over, I ain't doing it on purpose. That's literally how it ended. My cousin was supposed to feature up there with me, and he never did it. And by the way, shout out to my sister Disha. That's her singing on the hook. It's actually a little bit of me too, but we tried to turn my voice all the way down because really I wasn't supposed to be doing that in the first place. I'm from the old school where it wasn't cool for rappers to sing. But the engineer, shout out to Biggs, he told me to sing it for her because she couldn't get it right. He was like, well, just sing it for her to show her how to do it. And then because I wrote it, and then she could sing it, and we'll remove your voice, and then he ended up keeping it, talking about the sound better with my voice in the background. But anyway, so I'm probably gonna have to re-record the whole song in order for the whole song to be out. I'm in the Facebook group construction. Oh, I got you. I ain't know they took it from you. As a matter of fact, I don't even know if I got it because I deactivated my page so much. So I had to check on that for you. Remind me to look into that for you. All right, what else we got? 884 foreigners. There you go. That must be for who was that? Art of Nature. And then Student Review said 100. Welcome, Student Review TV. All right, y'all. I have absolutely nothing to talk about today. I'm just here to answer y'all questions. So feed me some questions, and we can go. But in the meantime, one thing I did just was a comment somebody said the other day to my on one of my videos. He asked, like, how can somebody consistently gain gain 10 grand a month every single month? And I was just like, shit. I mean, the only way I could see predictably doing that was just simply like find a way to generate leads regularly, because you got to go through consistent walkthroughs regularly, right? So if you want 10 grand a month in businesses, a new business, then you got to propose obviously more than 10 grand, whether it's 20 grand, because you can close on 50% of that 20 grand that you propose to, or whether it's 100 grand. But either way, you're gonna need to do walkthroughs. And in order to get walkthroughs, you need leads. So it's up to you how do you source those leads. You can get it from cleanbiznetwork.com, use our lead generation service. You can get them from going door to door, cold calling yourself, however you want to do it. But first, you just got to figure out your lead generating system. How am I going to get leads scheduled sent to me and then do these walkthrough appointments? That's pretty much it, y'all. So it's like you can literally predict how much money you're going to make and decide how big or how fast your company grows. You just got to find a way to consistently get those leads coming in. So you can get the walkthroughs coming in, then you can close the deal on those walkthroughs. All right, but that's pretty much that. For those who missed it, my very last live, as I'm thinking of more things to say because nobody's asked me something, I seen something pop up on that side. It ain't come up on my screen yet. But for those who missed it, Clean Biz Network has officially rolled over to a new platform. So if you go to cleanbiznetwork.app, you can see the new platform. If you go to cleanbiznetwork.com, for now it's still the old platform because we slowly but surely migrating all of the members that joined on the old platform over to the new one. Once that's completely done, the cleanbiznetwork.com website will officially go away. We already got rid of the old payment plans where you can join for $99 a month for basic members and $19.99 one-time payment for lifetime membership. Those are gone. So if you didn't get it, you didn't get it. All right. What else we got? Wagwan AJ. What is it? Wagwan AJ, I would like to know, how old are you? Since what age did you start in the industry? By the way, my name is Joshua, 26, Haitian from Canada. Just started as a contractor a year ago. Yeah, so I am 35 years old. I actually started as an owner at 19 years old. I started cleaning at 17 or early 18 years old, and I was working for somebody else. That's pretty much it. But yeah, definitely. And so if you start as a contractor, that's the way to go. That's how I started as a subcontractor for another owner. And then that helped me to get my cleaning experience up. And when I started at 19, it won't just you start a business and it's up. No, I lost that company after 3 years of losing contracts back to back to back. And eventually I sold my way out of that because I realized, damn, I'm losing every contract I get. Let me go in and see if I can get some money for this before I lose everything and walk away with nothing. After that first company, I started a barbershop. That failed as well. Then I went back to the working world and I was subcontracting cleaning part-time on the side. And that was when I really learned how to actually clean, because when I started part-time cleaning on the side, I was working for all of these different cleaning company owners, and they were the ones who really showed me and mentored me on how to clean. Because for those who don't know, I started off as a cleaning franchise owner when I started my first company. And the cleaning franchise that I was with did not teach me how to clean at all. You know what I mean? With that very first one. Then after those first two companies, the first cleaning franchise and the barbershop, and I'm kind of part-time cleaning as a subcontractor. Then I started another barbershop with a partner. I shout out to my boy Ike. He partnered with me. We started another barbershop. That didn't go that well, so we closed that down. Then I started my last cleaning company, which was A&E Solutions, still up and running today. I sold it to my brother. Shout out to him, Michael. And so I got out of that. But anyway, I forgot where I was going with that. But anyway, the point was to tell you that it takes time. You know what I mean? By that time, I think I was 20, maybe 5 or 6 when I whatever year 2014 was. However old I was then, that's how old I was when I started that last cleaning company. And then from there, since it was another franchise, that time it was with JanPro. The first time it was with Coverall. And so I sold that for before I sold it. Then I got hired as an operations manager with JanPro as well in Florida. So I had a cleaning company in Virginia that I was running. And then I also was the operations manager while living in Florida. So I had those two things going at the same time. And then one day I decided, you know what? I don't like the way they run things. I could do it better if I did it myself. So I sold my cleaning franchise to my brother. I quit the operations manager job. I jumped out on a limb, started all over, and so I'm starting this new thing called Clean Biz Network, where it's going to teach people how to go independent if they want to. I'll help you with it if you're still with a franchise too. But I think over time, when you see what I teach, you're going to probably realize, let me just go ahead and get this whole bag. All right. And so that's what I did in 2018. I started Clean Biz Network. And so far, the rest has been history. It's been up since then. New business owner here. What's the best route to take to hire subcontractors to damn nets in Florida, boy? I hate them things. New business owner here. New business owner here. What's the best route to take to hire subcontractors to do work? What legal paperwork needs to be in place for each member for payroll and tax purposes? So you wouldn't call it payroll because they're not employees, but I mean, just for hiring them. Actually, well, first to find them, you find them anyway. You can Google them and call them and ask them do they want to do it. You can put a hiring ad on Indeed, but just make it clear that it's not a W-2 position. And any one of those job sites, you can put it on Facebook, you can put it on LinkedIn, you can put it anywhere. Go to these Facebook groups and join those janitorial Facebook groups and let people know you're hiring for subcontractors, right? All of these different ways to find them. As far as the paperwork needed, just have them fill out a W-9 form. And you can have them do a non-compete. You can have them create a subcontract agreement and sign a subcontract agreement with you. And then just send them a 1099 at the end of the year to make sure that you report how much you paid them for the end of the year so they can do their taxes and you can put it on yours so you won't get taxed on it. Because everything you pay out to them deducts from the amount that your company will get taxed. What else we got? Morning to Billy McPherson. Who is this here? Sees up. How much you think is possible to make in the 757 area cleaning? It don't matter where you at. The amount that you can make with a cleaning company is unlimited. But if you let's just say you stay in 757 period, you don't expand. Because obviously, like, if you expand all the way across the United States or even the world, the answer is billions. Because there ain't no limit to how many buildings you can get. It's just about how big, like, are you capable of building it up and managing it and running it? But and even if you just stayed in 757 shit, I have no idea. I'm pulling this out my ass, but if I just had to guess, I mean, what is it? 7 cities? Let's say you do $1 million in every city. That's 7 million. All right, what else we got? Finally landed my first job independently. And you got it. Never mind, I ain't gonna go into detail. I'm gonna leave it there. Finally landed my first job independently. Man, it feels good. I'm following up with a few more leads, and it definitely feels good. Shout out to Banks Cleaning Services for closing those deals, closing that deal. First independent job. All right. Love how you got it, by the way. Let them know how you got it. People be like, people act like it's so hard. People scared to get out and just take action. Like when I get up here and I be like, just call them, or just go door to door, or just buy a lead. It sounds too simple. People want it to be complicated because, like, no, but this is commercial. And it's like, I know. It's just that simple. You just got to do it. A lot of people just don't want to do it. They want me to give them a pill inside of a course, and they can wake up one day and be able to do an interview with me and say I'm making 10, 20 grand a month. But unfortunately, that's not how it works. Yeah, I can give you a course, I can give you some coaching, but you still got to go do all the shit I told you to do, though. So, but anyway, all right, everyone, I'm a living witness. Every lead I got from CBN was official. Every appointment that was not right was reissued, and I'm talking about 3 times. So big ups to your legionary service. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, because to me, that is the best thing that I've ever. I don't know anybody out here, y'all, that's doing this, man. I just don't. Like, come on, y'all. Like, I mean, I got a product to send you the equipment. I got a product to give you the course to show you everything to do from A to Z. Got a product to give you the actual leads to get you in front of customers. Nobody's doing that. It costs too much. Nobody's doing that. There's gonna be too many issues and complaints and shit. Nobody's doing that. I got like 20 people. I mean, I got to pay to keep that service going. It's just ridiculous. So the fact, like when I, because y'all know I don't get too many complaints, but if I do, it's on that lead generation service. And so that's why I always love to see the positive feedback from the lead generation service, because I'm telling you, the way I am with my little stubborn attitude, letting up people complain about it one day, I should shut the whole shit off. All right, y'all be ungrateful, fuck it, it's gone then. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I am. But that's why I'm always grateful for when people like Billy right here hop on and tell the truth, because it's exactly what I tell y'all it is. I ain't never, anyway, let's go ahead. Keep it moving. If you work 12 hours Monday through Friday and 8 Saturdays, how would you find a way to escape to freedom? All right. First, it's going to start like this. There's a reason why you're working that much. And the reason is because you probably got too many damn bills. So you probably overextended financially when it comes to paying bills. And I don't know if it's some child support going on in there or not. But I'll tell you this. If that is the case, then the first thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to get your mindset to, I don't give a fuck. Right? That's kind of how like that mindset I adopted. Like when you start realizing everything's fake and man-made anyway, like money is just green pieces of paper that somebody decided I'm gonna do. Like Federal Reserve ain't even federal. You know what I mean? When you like first I go macro like that, right? Like none of this shit don't even mean nothing. You know what I mean? Big houses, big cars, all of it is nothing, right? So first we adapt that mindset. Then all right, damn. So why am I working this hard? What am I trying to keep? What am I trying to accomplish by working this many days for this many hours for this company that ain't even mine? Oh, because I got this highest car note. Oh, because I got this luxury nice apartment or whatever it is that you got to pay that's requiring you to work like that. I would give it up. Fuck it. We're gonna drive the car till they come get it, and I mean, we're just gonna drive the car and not pay it for a little while. I'm just going, and now I'm not saying voluntarily do this thing. What I'm saying is, let me make sure you understand what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, get a different job that ain't requiring you to do all that, because you ain't gonna be able to build no cleaning company on the side while working that much, and probably no company just because it's 12 hours a day just too much, and you doing Saturdays too. So nah, I'll put in that type of work for my company. I can't do that for somebody else. Now, if you're doing that and you actually able to stack, all right, well, if you got some stacks already in the bank, take them stacks and tell them buy them off. And then go ride share, do a part-time job, whatever you can do that can still pay you decent, but they ain't gonna take up so much of your time, do that. And then go put your time and invest a little bit of money into your new cleaning company or whatever type of company you're trying to start. Right? And that's how you do it. But you cannot be addicted to these stupid ass cars that most of us got high car notes on and we can't afford. You can't be addicted to having all the new Jordans and flashy clothes and shit. You can't think you're gonna go to the local parties everybody going to. Like all that shit that mattered in high school that people won't let go because they stuck on Facebook most of the time. You gotta let all that shit go. That's how you escape to freedom away from some shit situation like that. You really just gotta not stop giving a fuck about what everybody else give a fuck about. As simple as that. Leave the job. That sounds crazy. Like the people that you know, they gonna tell you to quit your job. Don't pay your rent or don't pay your car note. Like pay your rent. But hell, if you gotta goddamn find a cheaper apartment and then you fuck around and leave the other one and you kind of just broke the lease. I mean, it happens. We'll fix it later. We're trying to go get money first. Like when you get the money, you can pay all that back. Credit can be repaired. A lot of people be too scared to mess up their credit too. And I know that again, somebody like I see these dudes, everybody getting like these scam accusation stuff these days. So I can see somebody clipping what I just said up right now. He's telling these people to quit their jobs and I'm telling y'all to do exactly what the hell I did. That's exactly what I'm telling you to do. Do what you got to do. Be willing to sacrifice, go all in. And if you scared, then carry your ass back to work. Simple. But you can't get out. You can't move like that and not have no hustle though. You can't be sleeping in and shit. Like you work just like you got to be able to put this same hours in because I done 48-hour shifts sometimes nonstop. You got to be able to put the same work ethic and these same hours in, but just into your own business in your own time. All right, that's how you get out of it. Clean Biz Network, you got to put in the work. That's it. Shout out to Banks. Banks Cleaning Service. All right. What's up, AJ? Thinking about moving down to Florida to live. Obviously, I'm thinking about if enough opportunities will be there be there for me if I grind hard when I get down there. I live in Pennsylvania. Opportunities are everywhere. It's just up to you. I love Florida, me personally, obviously because of the weather, but no state tax. Where I'm from, Virginia, they got property taxes on the cars. They ain't got no property tax here. There's a lot of different perks to being down here. And I ain't gonna lie, everybody hiring down here too. So if you did need to start off with a job, plenty of them, bro. It's plenty of jobs. Now the housing is increasing, like the cost of living is definitely increasing. But there's plenty of places to stay. If you get one of these decent paying jobs and you know how to live on a budget for a little while, you can get in a nicer area and be good. But yeah, it's plenty of opportunity down here from what I can see. Thank you for answering. Just enough information I needed. I'm going to stay patient and consistent just as you. 10 years from now, I want my family and business healthy and wealthy like you. God bless. Appreciate that. And that's it. Now, again, what I tell y'all, you can get rich quick. Let's get rich quick, but just remember, 10 years is quick. What's good, AJ? Driving out to the CBN conference and a few days early. What's the best thing to do in Jacksonville? What is the best thing to do? We don't get out much. Every time we leave, we go to Orlando. I ain't gonna lie. We do basic stuff. Like we'll go to the different parks. So we go downtown. The other day we went downtown and rode the little scooters downtown. Or we went to the museum. They got a nice zoo. We still ain't been there yet. I mean, it's plenty of things to do though. Honestly, it just depends on what you into, but lots to do. So I would look up. I think it's called Jack's Events. They always got something going on, especially at the Jaguar Stadium too. How do you respond to state RFP in an Excel spreadsheet? So typically, you just got to read it. Like there's gonna be a lot of directions there. They're gonna tell you what to do. You just got to do it. So it's time consuming. I hate RFPs, especially government ones, but you got to do it. You know what I mean? If you want it. So I would just read all of the directions and also make sure that if they have. Let me open that door. My bad. Thanks. All right. But anyway, that was a mailman. But what was I about to say? Oh, if they have a pre-bid meeting, make sure you go to that as well, and it should tell you within that RFP if they have one. And that's just basically you go out there and go. It's like a walkthrough almost, but it's like a group walkthrough. They'll let everybody that's trying to bid on the opportunity to come in at once and do whatever you want to do, ask any questions, etc. If I'm waiting for my SAM registration to be issued, should I still purchase a lead from you? Definitely. I mean, that ain't the only way I would say no is if you only want to do government contracts exclusively, because obviously we don't provide leads to government contracts. That's through SAM, right? But yeah, I mean, you can still purchase leads. That way, the leads will get you some from the private sector, and then SAM will help you get some customers from the government sector. All right, what else we got? High overhead, you hit it right on the nose. But there you go. I'm telling you, you just got to say fuck it. I'm telling you, and they make it even harder if you have, like with me, me and my wife, we've been together since we were 19, and so it always made it harder when I had to explain what I'm about to do next to her, because it affected her too. Like if I say, all right, I got a new plan, we leaving this shit and we going over here. You know what I mean? Like I had to answer to her. So I don't know if you in that situation, but if you single, ain't nothing to it. You know what I mean? And luckily for me, early, like the first few years we ain't had kids, so it was easier for me to sell her on. As we started getting kids, I had to start being a little more calculated and doing a lot more selling to her. But bottom line was, I knew that whatever I was gonna do, I was gonna not be stuck in no goddamn job. I knew that. Not for the rest of my life. I'll do it temporarily, you know what I mean? But no. Big ups, I bought CDs and listened to you call a pitch and learned a few things. Now, after you mentioned D7 leads, I got on the wish list last week and cold calling for appointment. And cold calling for me appointment. I think you're saying you got your cold caller for appointment. That's what's up. Shout out to you. And I'm telling you, like, all you got to do is, I mean, if y'all just listen, I literally just be giving the game away for real. Like, and so the cold calls, like when we send the cold calls out now, the appointments, that's what I meant to say. When we send y'all the appointments from the lead generation service in the email, you can listen to the recording when we set the appointment, right? Recently, when I made the upgrades, because I told y'all we improved it, what was that, maybe two months ago, when I had put out there that we made some improvements to it. So one of the tweaks that we did was, now you can actually hear the original cold call that we said when we sent out the appointment. But I just realized, I'm like, damn, I got my night clothes shirt on all out here shit, and now I'm even like the way it's looking. But anyway, I got to stop getting distracted. But anyway, but yeah, so the recording that you hear now is the actual, and then my AC loud as fuck. Sorry about that. The recording that you hear when we send y'all an appointment, I feel like I gotta holler over it, is the actual sales call. So like you just said, Billy, that you can actually hear what they're saying and learn what you can say when you decide to cold call. What we used to send was a confirmation call, when my confirmer will call back after the initial sales call, and they would just pretty much call and say, hey, can I speak to whoever the decision maker was that they made the appointment with, right? The salesperson made the appointment with. Hey, did you say you'll meet us on 11 on so good? All right, thanks, bye. right? So that was all y'all used to hear, and that's why a lot of people used to feel like not confident about it too. But now we just send y'all the appointment right after the initial sales call. We still screen it, like we'll listen to it. I got a confirmer instead of the confirmer calling back and reconfirming over the phone. They just listen to it for quality purposes, make sure that they actually did talk to a decision maker, make sure that it sounds like they know what you're coming in for and all of that. And then if they approve it, they send it over to you. So that's why we got a lot better. And then also, I used to be scared to send it like that because of that. I used to be like, man, if I let them hear what my people saying, then they ain't gonna need this no more. But then it hit me. I'm like, really, no, that ain't true, because it's not that people don't know how to cold call. It's just most people really don't have the time to cold call. They just don't want to cold call because they don't want to put the work in. So that's why I had to change that too. But I'm glad you, in this case, Ability, was able to, he was able to get some and take some action on himself. Shout out to you. All right, how would you price dental office bid? I would literally go to the walkthrough, measure the square footage, put the square footage inside the bid calculator at cleanbiznetwork.com or that app, and that's it. Or put it in my mobile, in the Clean Biz Network mobile app. Plug the square footage in, it'll tell me how much to charge. Yes, sir. Shout out to Reed Moore. Is this the happiest you've been personally, and what's something you want to improve business-wise or personally? That's a good question. I think so. I mean, I've been like this ever since, I'm gonna say, when did this start? Ever since like 2014-ish, when I seriously got into like self-help and learning about positive thinking and law of attraction and that type of stuff. For the most part, I'm always in a good mood. It's very hard for me to not take the high road. It's very hard for me to lose patience. Unless your name Regina Simmons, you pretty hard for you to get me out of character. But yeah. And that must be because, yeah. Anyway. But yeah. But yeah, I be having so many inside jokes, it's crazy. But anyway. But yeah, I think I've been, ever since I got into that, and I always just think optimistic no matter what. I wake up having now, and I always make it a habit. Like if y'all follow me on Instagram, the first thing I do when I wake up, at least I try to remember to do it every day, is I post grateful. And because sometimes I'll post it and it will remind me to be grateful. And as long as you start your morning off with gratitude, you're gonna be happy anyway, because happiness comes from gratitude, from what I've learned. Just be grateful. That's why sometimes, like when you see these videos of the people, like they'll be broken and homeless or whatever the case may be, but they still smiling and laughing. You know what I mean? It's like because they probably just grateful. Like they grateful for that little water they got out of that stream, even though we know, damn, that water that ain't the type of water we like to drink. But they grateful just for having that. And so as long as you just stay grateful, you know what I mean, you good. 7 grand said that God body language, right? What we got? Corey Williams says, I learned over time it's better to have multiple 500. That's that talk right there. It's better to have multiple $500 to $1,000 accounts than huge accounts needing 5-day a week service, easy to staff, and not such a big deal if they. That's exactly right. I got a video on there talk about how to get rich cleaning small offices or something like that. But a lot of people get upset because they're like, matter of fact, I had people that we sent to appointments from the lead generation service, and they said that they didn't go because the building was too small. And I'm like, man, what the hell? Like, at least go see what they're talking about. Like, damn. And even if it is, $500 a month, go, if you get, 50 of those, 20 of those, however many of those, you set. And then it's like, even if you lose one, like you just said, Corey, that ain't gonna hurt you but so much. Versus if we go get the Jacksonville Duval Stadium right here, and then let's just say you got 10 $500 accounts. What is that? 5,000? No, whatever the fuck it is, I don't know. But anyway, you got 10 of those, and so yeah, I think it is 5,000 a month. But then you go get the Duval Jag Stadium, and that's what, 100,000 a month, or 500 a month, 50,000 a month, whatever they pay. That big chunk is going to kill you if you lose it versus if you lose one of them small ones. So I agree wholeheartedly with that. And that's just a strategy that I got to give the kudos to the franchises, because y'all know that's my background. I see that's their model. They don't get the biggest contracts in the world. I mean, they'll bid on them if they can, but most of the time, their portfolio of accounts is made up of those $500 to $1,000 range. really about 5 to 2,000 range, but they don't go too much bigger than that. I think the biggest one I've seen in my experience messing with the franchise was like five. I think like $5,000. No, $8,000 was. Yeah, I think it was either 87 or 9,600, but something like that. But I never seen them with an account that paid more than 10 grand a month. Most of their accounts with small once a week accounts, 3-day a week accounts, 5. You can get some 5-day a week accounts, but they ain't big in square footage. How do we charge for construction cleaning, like for a building with many units? So post construction, I would charge, I think it's what, 25 cents per square foot, somewhere around that range. Obviously, it could be up plus or minus depending on the level of difficulty, but about 25 cents per square foot, and then you add your and then do like $10 per window too. So do the square footage, and then the windows you see, if they want windows included, you do $10 times however many windows they got, and add that onto your price per square foot. Tika Hunter says, hi AJ, so I'm coming up on a year and my first client is almost ready to renew the contract. How do I go about that? Do I write another proposal, and should I keep the price the same for this client? So honestly, and I'm not sure if you use the Clean Biz Network proposal generator or not. If you did, there should have been a part in there that says that the agreement would automatically renew annually. Some sort of that verbiage. So double check your current service agreement and see if that verbiage is already in there. If it is, you don't have to do anything, just keep billing. But if it's not, then you would have to go ahead and just have them. I would do like an addendum. So take the original service agreement, type up like addendum. So Google how to write an addendum to a service agreement or to a contract, something like that. Just copy and paste it from Google, put it in there, and then just make it tailored to fit, what you're trying to do. And then just say, renew another year, blah, 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 at X price. And if you can too, if you think you're in good standing and you think you can get away with it, try to do a little bit of a price increase on that. Do like a, what is it? Like a 3% price increase for, we call it inflation. All right, for inflation price increase. All right, charge high and be willing to wait 30 to 45 days for payment. However, long as you think it's going to take double that, construction is a different animal. It definitely is. It definitely is. I ain't even gonna lie to you. And that's why too with post construction, I try to tell people, try to get half of the money up front if you can. I know it. If you're going under, when you're dealing with the what do they call them, the contractors, basically, like general contractors. A lot of times they can't do it because they ain't even got paid yet. But do your best to try to get half up front because they do definitely play with the money in post construction. What else we got? Do you have a Facebook group, or are you only active on YouTube? I have a Facebook group, but it's part of Clean Biz Network, so you got to pay to be in it. It's not free. The best way to interact with me is YouTube here in the comments section, or on my Instagram in the comment section. That's really the best ways to get me outside of not being in Clean Biz Network. And by the way, I'm on Clubhouse tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern time, so make sure y'all join there as well. My Clubhouse handle is at AJ Simmons Online, same as Instagram and everywhere else. And I'm gonna be up there with a bunch of the different influencers in the cleaning space, and we kill it every Friday at 6 o'clock. So definitely hop on there. I don't know, man. I got one interview scheduled with I forget my guy's name off the top of my head, Lamar. Yeah, Lamar. And I met him last year at the CBN conference as well. And I wanted to get him on before the conference. That's why, but we postponed twice. So hopefully we can get it recorded here shortly, and then I can put that out. Then somebody else just asked to come on as well. So should be a couple coming on soon. I lost a $8,000 account last year to a cheaper bid, changed my whole perspective. I'm telling you. I mean, it feel good to Windows, and I ain't saying we don't want them if we can get them, but yeah, that shit, because now you might have to lay people off. It's a lot. That should change a lot versus if you lose a smaller one. What's the best way to price waxing and buffing? Y'all just trying to get all the gems, all this stuff in Clean Biz Network, but it's what we do. I think it's 40 cents per square foot. Buffing is there. If you only buffing, then that's different. That's like 15 cents per square foot. But if you strip and waxing, I can't remember if it's 25 or 40 cents per square foot. I'll pull it up real quick. But again, it really don't matter what I tell you because it probably varies depending on where you live at anyway. But let me just see what I would say for my area. But buffing, just to be clear for those who don't know, so buffing is just simply reshining the floors, right? So that ain't really too time consuming, so you wouldn't charge as much. With actual stripping waxing, that's a whole long process. Like you gotta, you know what I mean, take all the wax off, put a whole new wax thing down, all type of stuff. Okay, finally logged in. Stripping wax, yeah, 40 cents per square foot. So somewhere around that area, 35 to 45 cents per square foot. But it could go as high as, $2 a square foot, just depending on the type of flooring. If you're talking about like marble floors and some special shit, then it could be way up there. It just depends. I say don't mess with that type of stuff until you really unless you under somebody who's been doing it for a while and they can teach you the ropes in that. I'm not a floor tech guy at all. Good afternoon. Sorry I'm late, but how do I log in or talk to someone? If you're talking about because you're in Clean Biz Network, you can email. Hold up. It depends on what you're asking. I joined about 3 weeks ago for now. Okay, but well, you log in. If you go to cleanbiznetwork.com and just click the login button. If you don't remember your password, click forget password. And you can always email support@cleanbiznetwork.com and she can help you get access to your account. You can also call us 904-490-0118 is the number for our support service. Now, if somebody needs support to the new platform, this is explaining how to get to the old platform. For the new platform, you should be getting an email. If you haven't gotten one already, just be patient. All right. Because I've seen them going out this morning. My guy, Wale, is sending those out as we speak. All right. Do you know how long it will be before everyone switch over? I have no idea. I mean, he's literally having to do it one by one. And we got 9, over that now because all the people that just joined. So about 1,000 people, my guy's having to go in and add each one of them one by one. So I would say at least until maybe mid next week. It should probably take that time, and it just depends on, yeah, I really can't, because I ain't gonna lie. If I did, I wouldn't even do that. If I had to do all of that myself, then I probably wouldn't. I would have just found a different solution for this whole shit. But since I got somebody that works for me now that can do that, it's just more so a wait for him to get it done. So I really can't estimate it, but I know it's time consuming. That's for sure. If you never left VA and kept the range in the caddy, where you think you'd be today? Probably. Probably be back in the shipyard. I mean, I would maybe not today because I probably would have went back temporarily and found a way to get out again. But I probably would have been. I don't know, man. At that time, I was burnt out. So I probably would have took a job. If it wasn't at the shipyard, I would have took a job at JanPro as a salesperson or as an operations person. I mean, I probably would have been in the same position, but it would just been. I would have been. I don't know. It's hard to answer that one. I don't know. Because the more I think about it, the more I realize I still would have made all the same decisions. It's just I would have been local. I think the hardest thing, it won't even been that my decision making would have been different. It would have been more so I think my execution might have been different because I told y'all I drink a lot. You know what I mean? So it's like, but since I'm by myself, it's easy for me to just shut that shit off. When it's time to handle business, I handle business. And it's something I think that if I was home and I had more influences around me that weren't, you know what I mean, then I probably wouldn't be able to be as productive as I am. I could be wrong about that too, because at the same time, I am who I am. Like, ain't nobody that's gonna have me doing dumb shit either. So I don't know. I probably would have been in the same position, honestly. I think the only thing is maybe I would have. My biggest fear for staying there, honestly, bro, I felt like I could have been another Nipsey Hussle situation, just because of the brand that I'm building. Motherfuckers, they think, you know what I mean? People think you're richer than you are, because I'm not even all that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, of course, compared to where I come from, then it's like crazy disbelief type of money. But at the same time, it's like in reality, when you get up here, when you know, it's like they ain't even anyway. But yeah, I probably would have been the same way, just more so. I wouldn't have got no damn. Anyway, I would have been the same. I think I would have been the same. All right, Corey says, especially now, a lot of cleaning solutions are wanted down nowadays. Got to hit with the price increase. Oh, watered down. Absolutely, yeah. Matter of fact, speaking of cleaning solutions, I don't know if y'all seen that news about China, and they saying they're expecting like 65 million cases of COVID or some shit coming, and so it's only a matter of time if this is true. That's probably gonna come back over here like last time because we shipped so much stuff from there, and so just be prepared. If you don't know how to do disinfecting services, go ahead and start preparing yourself to learn that. For those who already know, go ahead and start getting your disinfectant sprays, like the chemical. Make sure you got your machine back ready to go and they working properly, because this time we'll be prepared. Last time it caught all of us off guard. Some people adapted quickly, other people didn't adapt at all, and they went out of business. So just be prepared to adapt and be able to be educated on the knowledge if it does happen again, when you know the different dwell times of the products that you're using, that you know the difference between a cleaner and a disinfectant and stuff like that. So just be prepared for that. Get your PPE ready, get your gloves, all of the stuff that we were running out before. Make sure you're prepared for that. What types of accounts do you suggest starting off with or bidding to if we're just starting out? I think honestly, everything, bro. Because it's kind of like it's like you just kind of take what you can get until you figure out, okay, this is the shit right here. It's easy for me to clean, or I got a system for cleaning this in an efficient way, and I'm making money on it. I'm gonna stick with this. So, but I think you kind of play with it until you figure it out. Let itself figure it out. Unless you already know what you really want, then go for what you really want. But until then, just kind of play with it, let it figure itself out. Something that's been going on in the world that's bothered you that you wish you could change. You see, if ask me anything, I won't be prepared for these types of questions. Let me think. That's bothered me that I wish I could change. Damn, there's a whole list of them. I'm trying to think. Let me see something quick that I could say now. Sheesh, I'm trying. Everything I'm thinking of is like, damn. If I say that, I don't have to get too personal. I don't know, man. That right there, that's tricky. I might have to come back to that one, man, because that's shit. I'm in cleaning business mode. You got me on regular thought mode, right? Like, how do I really feel? God, damn. Oh no, I had to come back to that. I'm coming back to that last. I really need help getting my first job. It's been a month, so all the monthly dues are due, right? All your monthly bills still needing some help. What does it cost to have a one-on-one with you? I don't know. If you in Clean Biz Network though, email me. I send you a link to schedule one where you ain't gotta pay it. If you already in Clean Biz Network, but I'm a verified now, so make sure you in there. But if you ain't in there, go to cleanbiznetwork.com. And if you go to a coaching call, whatever it's called, it's a one-on-one coaching call. Just click on that and then click my link, and you'll be able to schedule with me. Matter of fact, here you go. I'll post it right here. 1 second. Calendly.com/AJ Simmons. There you go. And to answer your question, though, you said you really need help getting your first job. So, and then it sounds like you're saying all the bills due now. So here's what I would do. You in one of those situations, right? So when you in one of those situations, you can't take the traditional methods. Like, what I would say is, okay, well, buy some leads and then go door to door. Just keep pushing. It's gonna take some time, but you got to build and stay consistent. Which that's true, but when you in desperate times, call for desperate measures. So here's what I would do if I was desperate, and I don't know if you got any other income or nothing, but I would go to Home Glow, and I would go work for them, cleaning houses. I would go get on what's the shit, Thumbtack, and get on there, see if they can send you some houses to clean. I would get on anywhere clean. My homegirl just dropped her app. Shout out to Diana. She's speaking at the conference as well. Go to CLYN clean and sign up. Actually, it's a mobile app. Download that mobile app. But wherever you can go to find like quick jobs that they'll hook you up with the people directly, do those, all of them. There's some other ones out there too handy. Try to hop up there, but just do what you can do. Subcontract for people. Get in these cleaning groups and see if somebody hiring for a cleaner. But just do the hustle work. Like I said, ride share and Uber. If you know what I mean, just to get you some money coming in right quick. Then simultaneously do the other stuff I tell you. If you can afford to buy, I would rather you buy a lead than buy one-on-one with me, honestly. Because that's gonna get you closer to a customer than talking to me is. You know what I mean? Let's just be real. So but yeah, I mean I would that should be enough help for now. Hey AJ, which side do you consider that is? I tell you what, I thought of something for this right now. Something that's been going on in the world that's bothered me that I wish I could change is the stupid ass parties, political parties. Like the way that divides people, and there's so many other things I can speak on that, but the way that the people let them stupid political parties divide them is ridiculous. Like anything you say, somebody gonna say, "Oh, you this way, or you that way," and they automatically discredit everything you're saying. When really in reality, all that shit's some dumb ass bullshit. Like they all golf together behind the scenes anyway. It's already gonna go the way they want it to go. You just tell the news what to say to help sway the way you're thinking, and then there you go. But see, I read a book called Atlas Shrugged, and I know that's frowned upon too. That book, they swear that's by the devil. But anyway, but it showed it that book was one of the ways along too. But it helped me to see. It helped me to see just how much the powers that be can manipulate things and persuade the minds of people, the masses, and they won't even realize it. So, but yeah, that's something I wish I could change. It's just the media in general, how they operate and fear monger, and how people think stuff is an emergency when it ain't. And yeah, all right. AJ I got that already. Actually, no, I didn't answer that. I read it, but I didn't read it. Answer it. Hey AJ, which side do you consider that is more profitable, Airbnbs or commercial cleaning? I don't know because I never did Airbnbs, so I don't even know. But if I had to guess, I would guess Airbnbs only because residential is more profitable than commercial. All of the other cleaning services is more profitable than commercial. Strip and wax, pressure washing, window cleaning, all of them are more profitable. Now, you're going to gross the most with commercial because they got the bigger contracts, right? It's the bigger money coming in, and the commercial typically has a recurring service. Most of these other niches, usually they got some recurring ones, like you might get an Airbnb customer and you get them coming on, but a lot of times these other niches, they one time. With commercial, you typically recurrent. It's almost like a subscription service. So that's why I always prefer commercial, but as far as profitability, only speaking in profitable terms, it's probably Airbnb. Now, the new email is asking for a website, but I don't have one yet. The phone number, the phone doesn't. Okay. If you don't have one, you should be fine. It should still let you say without entering a website and a phone number. And also, you can get your phone number from us right on that platform. So there's that. But yeah, if you can't save because of that, let me know. Comment that so I can look into it when I get off of here. But I'm pretty sure you don't have to have a website. If you do, then just put it cleanbiznetwork.com. It won't know. Can you drop some marriage gems that maintain a successful marriage? I can. Now that I can do because I don't have a perfect marriage. I don't know if one exists, but I definitely can say that I have a successful marriage considering how long that we've been together and the way we partner and make it work. But I would say number one is keep people out your business. Right, like I'm a public person, but my business ain't public. Y'all don't really know nothing about us, so don't let everybody in your business. I don't even care if it's your parents, your siblings. Do your best not to talk about your spouse in a negative way to anybody. You know what I mean? If you got to get it out to a therapist or something. But do your best not to do it. And I'm guilty of doing it way more than my wife is, by the way. So shout out to her. But that's one thing. And then I can tell you this too. Being that we was able to come up together, it created a different type of bond. And so we needed each other, even if we felt like, you know what I mean, you might not love each other in this moment, but damn it, I need your ass. So fuck it, how we gonna work through this? You know what I mean? Like, so we've been very codependent on each other. What else? I mean, as far as long, just marriage. I mean, be attracted to the person. You got to be attracted to them. You got to have good frequent sex, right? And then if y'all parents, definitely communicate on y'all parenting styles and make sure it's clear that both of y'all on the same page with that. But the main thing is, and you heard this before, it's very generic, but it's just communication. Always communicate, even if, and just do your best to say it in a non-hurtful way. But sometimes if you gotta, no matter how you say it, it's going to hurt the other one's feelings, but some things still got to be communicated. And if you got to get a counselor or a therapist involved to mediate or something, do that. And we've been to multiple different counselors and marriage counselors, all that type of stuff. Plenty of times, whether we was together or individual. But do what you got to do. And also have good friends. Like, if you know all your homeboys are single, then limit your time with the single homeboys. Like, we can't be doing all that every time. Like, try to do more couple things, because then it includes the other person, and y'all thoughts will be more aligned when it comes to stuff. You won't be swayed in a negative way. What's Clubhouse? You said later. So y'all ever heard of the app Clubhouse? So download the Clubhouse app, and what it is me, Carolyn, Arellano, Diana, Mila, the host keeper. She does Airbnb. Who else? Brandon Orr and Tony Williams. We're gonna all be up there. It's like a panel. So basically, y'all can get it cooked. We're gonna do this at the CBN conference too. But every Friday evening at about 6 p.m., we do just basically a free fall. It's almost like a conference call, and y'all can listen in, and you can raise your hand, you can jump in and ask us questions, and we just sit there and just answer y'all questions nonstop. Typically, all of us be sipping on something or smoking on something, so we real relaxed at the moment. So you get a real raw uncut us. What else? You can't log in without me submitting. Yeah, so just use ours. All right. Well, I don't think you're rich. You have the essence of wealth. Thank you. I agree with that. Hey, AJ, another question. How long do you think it could take to reach 250,000 take-home pay net every year if you grind hard while working a 40-hour week? Maintain. I can't answer that question because I don't even pay myself that much yet. I think right now, I'm trying to think what I did last year. Net, it was 100 and something. So actually, no, I'm lying. It was 3 something. It was 300 and something. I got the screen. I'll pull it up. But anyway, but yeah, it was 300 something. So mine. But I paid myself 100 and something out of that. But it could take long. All right. Well, I'll tell you this. This is what I'll do. Because now that I realize, damn, I can't speak on that. I did do it. My bad. I'd be forgetting. So when I started Clean Biz Network 2018, it's now 2023. That was 2022. So it took me 4 years, but that was 4 years for this company after already having about 10 years. Because I probably started in 08. About 08. Actually, it was a little bit more than 10 years. I started that in 07 because I was 19. Yeah, so it took me about 11 years before those 4 years of just learning and bumping my head and shit. So that's how long it could take. You said, how long do I think it could take? So what's that, 15 years? But I don't have to, right? I didn't have mentors or none of that either on the way. And I did a lot of hard-headed stuff as well. I just wasn't educated back then. And YouTube wasn't like it is now then. It wasn't as many resources readily available. I used to literally have to sit in the library and read books because that's where they work. Like, won't know Audible in my early years. I don't even know. Might have been Amazon, but it wasn't as popular. I told myself, if the world shuts down again, I got to be ready for it. Exactly. Hello, everyone. AJ, when buying a lead, how do you go about asking for only office buildings? I would type it in the comments. And so we got check boxes that ask you, do you want apartments? Do you want restaurants? And do you want hotels? Check no to all of those. And then also in the comment section at the end where I ask you if you got any comments, say specifically that I only want offices. And then we do our best to adhere to that. My bad if I'm asking too many personal questions. I just tune into majority of your lives and I'll be seeing the same question, just trying to. No, I love it. I'm having fun because of those outside the box questions. No problem at all. Hello. I'm on live right now. I'm gonna call you back as soon as I'm done. All right. All right. Made Mia says, all right. Made Mia says, hey AJ, is CJ Wood going to be speaking at the conference? He's not, and I actually should have reached out and asked him. Matter of fact, I need to figure out what was the last thing I said to him, because I did message him like a few months ago, and I don't know if he replied and I didn't reply and just didn't see it, or if he didn't get back to me. So let me search and see what the hell going on. Because sometimes I'll get so many messages, and the way Instagram work, if you don't get them after a certain time, they just remove them. God damn. Like the notification stopped showing up. This shit really want me. Whatever this net is, fruit fly, whatever they call it. Trying to see if I can find it. But anyway, like I was saying, if I don't get to them after a certain amount of time, the notification will disappear. And if it disappeared, then I'm definitely never going to ever see it again. I think that's what probably happened. So I do need to follow up with him though, because I'm very curious to see, how he's still doing this stuff. There you go. It's yeah. See, he replied to me, and then my auto responder replied to him, and I ain't never replied. So I'm gonna leave that open so I can holler at him after this live. My bad, CJ. But anyway, Claudine Gentle says, okay, I'll buy some from you. Thank you for being so open with us all. Absolutely. Shout out Corey Williams again. Michelle says, does CBN have cleaners in different niches? Where can we collaborate together? So the way we do it, the way right now, we don't have cleaners at all. What I do is I partner with Biz Network members who took the automation course, and then they run their companies as they always have been. I'm just here to help link them with different subcontractors, because that's typically, once you get to that certain level, finding customers ain't your problem no more. It's keeping those good quality subcontractors and employees. So what else we got? I meant to say wealthy essence about you, not just rich. I love to see how people stand out in a positive way. Thank you. 18 years in, you dropping gems. Exactly. That sounds old as fuck, and I'm still not that old. That's crazy. Is that right? I'm about to do it. 35 to minus 18. Man. Yeah, pretty much. I started cleaning out with 17. That's crazy. So do you think finding a partner during your building stages is better than finding them when you're stable? It's pros and cons to both. I can't choose, because on sometimes I do feel like, what I tell you this, it's hard. I can't say it. But I love the fact that I did. The one thing you don't ever have to worry about, because I started to have to go through this now, especially when you combine. Like, it's one thing to have money, but when you got an actual following, that shit is extremely important these days. And I noticed that a lot of people with money seem to value the people with a following more than the people with the money. And so when you add that into the mix too, I will say this: people are very opportunistic with you. You know what I mean? And so when you got somebody that you built with from the beginning, that person actually like you, and not what you can do for them, or just because you the new you now, or none of that. So that's the best part about it. I will say that. And the fact that in my particular case, I had that with no scandals along the way, with no bullshit. I ain't got to hear about who saw my girl with doing what with who. You know what I mean? Like, ain't no better feeling than that. So I guess overall, I would say finding them in the building stages is better. But I could also see why somebody would say it's not, just because people change over time. Yeah. And then you might just feel, some people, sometimes they can feel like they shit change. But anyway, Growth got well over $1 million to bring on 250. There you go. And So I don't say you have to, because let's just do, what's the math on that? That's 30% of $1 million is 300,000. So you can do 30% and just pay yourself 250 out of the 300. So, but it just, do you want to pay? Like, I don't. Who would want to pay themselves that on salary anyway? Maybe if you, I don't know. But anyway, that's, see, when you start getting to those amounts too, that's when you're gonna need like a real bad tax person to help you strategize on that type of stuff, because it's different ways that you're gonna want to try to pay yourself then, so you ain't getting taxed too bad. Can you move in it? Like, for example, for me, I'm an S corp. I just switched over to the S corp, so that way I can pay myself a partial of what I make in salary, and then the rest I'll pay myself in owner draws or dividends, because those are taxed way less than what I would get taxed being on payroll. And then obviously I'm avoiding payroll taxes, because if I wasn't an S corp, I was just a regular single member LLC, and I was getting the whole 300,000 pass through. Hopefully that makes sense for those who keeping up. Then that would be worse, because now you got to pay that 15.3% payroll tax on, self-employment tax on that whole thing. But if you go S corp, you can split it up. Now you don't want to go S corp in the beginning. So if y'all ain't doing, if you ain't netting, I think the magic number is like 60,000 a year. Then don't worry about what I just said. But if you netting about 60,000 and you ain't switched over to an S corp yet, definitely look into that. Can you move an existing website to go high level? So I literally just did. So it's not that you move it there. It's more so that you basically just rebuild your website and move, and then you can move the domain name over. So you just go into whatever you hosted your domain name at and just change it from where it's at now to go high level. So yes, you can move the domain name over, but as far as like building it, no. But let me ask you this, Tyrone. If you trying to like move your cleaning website over to go high level, if you and Clean Biz Network, that wouldn't be very smart, because you would have go high level for free already as a CBN member, versus paying go high level to be over there anyway. Just something to consider. But if you're doing it for something else, then cool. Getting about one walkthrough a week, no luck so far. Month number 2 in business. There you go. And let's be clear here. This is month number 2. 1 walkthrough a week. So that's about 4 minimum a month. And you're on week 2. So that means you've been about 4, maybe 5 walkthroughs so far. All right? 4 to 6 walkthroughs so far. Actually, yeah, it's month number 2. So probably no more than 4 walkthroughs, maybe 5 walkthroughs so far. If you ain't closed 1 out of 5, that's okay. All right? Some people, you might close. Even if you close 2 out of 10, that's still pretty good, 20%. That ain't too bad. You know what I mean? So you just keep doing them, and then it's like, all right, bam. If you get on your 8th one and then you finally close the deal, bam, that's 1 out of 8, not too bad. So now you know for every 8 walkthroughs you do, you close 1. The more you do them, the better you'll get. You can raise that I guess conversion rate, but don't be too hard on it. I ain't into it. Just keep getting better. Keep practicing it. Make sure you just impress. Got a smile on your face. Get early for the appointments. All of that. AJ, can you leave some tips for interviewing? Finding good, loyal people in the industry has been a challenge for me. One thing I would say is schedule a bunch of interviews at once. Like, tell them, be there. If everybody, first off, one thing I used to do a lot of different things to weed out people to see who really wanted. One thing I used to do was schedule the interview for Friday evenings. Because it's like, most people trying to turn up, they don't feel like coming and do nothing business-wise on a Friday evening. But if you really want it, you'll show up. So I schedule them for Friday evening, like 6 or 7. Then or maybe 5:30 something, but anyway, Friday evening. Then I would do like 10 interviews for the same damn time. Because you'd be surprised how many people are not going to show up. So that alone, just whoever show up already got a point, right? So when 2 or 3 people show up, bam. Showed up, so you in the running. The next thing is I'm trying to think. I got like simple interview questions inside the Clean Biz Starter course, but and I think you are in Clean Biz Network, so make sure you look in the Starter course. And matter of fact, I just reposted them to the top in the Facebook group too. So look for that. It should be like right at the top, but I posted it to the top like either yesterday or the day before. But anyway, I would ask questions to see like why they here. Like I remember one of the main questions I used to ask is, okay, we all know cleaning toilets ain't nobody dream career, so what do you really want this job for? And the reason why I'm asking them this is because I'm trying to figure out, okay, it like is this just like a little hustle they're trying to do for a couple of days or a couple of weeks, or like do they so are they really supplement income? Like, what's your day job like? For example, my best people usually had government jobs during the day, or they were retired. You know what I mean? Or they had a cleaning company on their own and they just subcontract for a couple of different people. But it was something like that. But if it's somebody that's like, you know what I mean, they barely got their phone on, they got dropped off to the interview, they ain't got their own car. You know what I mean? The certain situations like I don't know. I ain't gonna lie, I am a decent judge of character, so that does help. But I'll say go look at my interview questions in Clean Biz Network if you in there. I'm pretty sure I seen your name in there though. But anyway, when is it time to talk to a CPA? As soon as you can. As soon as you can, and that's coming from a guy that never did it. Okay, I ain't gonna say I never did it, but I don't have like a regular CPA to this day, and that's fucked up. But ironically, as you asked that, I just reached out to a 2-1 earlier today just to do it. And what happened was I was watching Pocket Watching with JT. I watch that just for entertainment purposes, and but I don't recommend doing that shit regularly. All right, because nothing against him. But I'm just gonna say those channels like that, like when you when how can I put it? Basically, it's not gonna do anything for your mental to help you vibrate at the frequency of abundance to keep going. Like I do it just for entertainment, and I understand it's just entertainment, but I don't like make a career out of it because he tell you straight up on his channel, if you want to make an honest living and live comfortable, right? And like, no, not over here. That ain't what the hell we doing. We trying to get rich, build wealth. Like forever. I'm trying to do it fast too. He ain't about that. He on that old school. You know, he about the what Robert Kiyosaki calls the old laws of money and the new rules of money. Old rules of money and new rules of money. And so to me, he following the old rules of money of get a nice, safe, secure job. You know what I mean? Maybe go to college, get your degree, get certified in something, get a high-paying job, invest for the long term, diversify your portfolio, and then maybe you retire at 60 something and voila. I ain't about that. And so that's why I say, by the way, even though I say I watch it for entertainment, please do as I'm saying and not as I do right now, because don't do it. Because that won't it's not gonna help you. Now if you can discern, like if you can separate your entertainment and I mean not let that shit get to you, then go for it. I ain't saying don't watch it, but I'm just saying like things, content like that in general, coffees and all that type of shit, because it's gonna have you thinking that I'm tripping, this ain't possible for me when it is. So it just, I like to watch it because it's like I want to see like, damn, okay, why are these people going? Because I can easily see like who is scamming or who ain't on the internet, but I'd be confused on why people be falling for these other motherfuckers like that. And so I just be interested to see it. And like I said, just flat out entertaining. But anyway, when is the time? So anyway, that re-answer that question. ASAP. And speaking, so the reason why I brought him up is because when he was speaking, he spoke on CFP.net. And so when he said that, I said, damn, I never heard of that. So I went and checked out CFP.net, which is what is a certified financial planner. And it basically just a big database of different certified planners. Some of them are actual CPAs, some of them not, but they're certified planners. And so you can see them in your area. So I just found one up there and scheduled an appointment with them. And yeah. All right, what else we got? Did you say Clubhouse app for Friday's group chat? Yes, Clubhouse app every Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern time. And then whatever time zone you in, you know how to translate that. What are some signs of a potential bad employee? No phone, no transportation. That was my main things. You automatically can't work for me with those. I'm trying to think. It's just certain things I look for, man. Like I can't like think I'm off top, but like I said, those simple interview questions that I have. It's like I tell you what to ask, and then I explain to you the logic for asking those certain questions. But ask about like what did they do before this? Why did they leave that job? What's their living situation? I mean, it's a little intrusive, but I just want to know. You know what I mean? Just want to know. So, But I just try to go off of like what their vibe is. Like, do you seem like the type of person that you just a stiff people? I mean, because I try to keep it straight up with people. Like, listen, if you can't show up, tell me so I can go in there myself and do it, or send somebody else in there to do it, right? And so if you don't show up, you fired straight up, because now you messing up my whole shit. And that's how I tell them. And so as long as I've always been straight up like that with people, they've been straight up like that with me. Because of two, when you doing this particular line of business, this is the type of stuff that I would say on Clubhouse with the filter off. I'm trying to quit with the filter on now. When you are, you know who you're dealing with, is all I'm saying. A lot of times you're going to have to deal with certain people who don't think on the level that you think at the current time in your life. And so you're going to have to, I just know how to communicate with people at their level. So I think that's the way I can say it. I'm going to go ahead and move on before I get myself in trouble. All right. Thanks for following up with CJ. I'm very interested in hearing from him, being as he is so young, making $60,000 a month. Right. He was making 60 then. So he got shit, probably 120 by now. And I might be even undershooting that the way people been growing these days. Yo, AJ, you are so correct in the move to the S corp for S corp, right? S corp for taxes be killing when you hit the magic number. I saved another this year on taxes. That's what's up. Shout out to Roger. Chat GTP is becoming my best friend. That's what's up. What else we got? What's the proper way to charge for? What's the proper way to charge for material and paper towel for one per week cleaning? Should I ask them to provide a supply instead and just pay for the labor? Yeah, so we always present our damn, I'm trying to get lightheaded. I guess I'm talking too long. But I present the service agreement with, we provide, our own cleaning supplies and all of that stuff. They provide the consumables, paper towels, trash bags, toilet paper, all that type of stuff. Where was I going to go with that? How to charge. So again, typically they would do it, but if they request that you provide it, then there's two ways you can do it. Either A, ask them for their last, 3 to 6 months worth of consumables invoices, so you can give them an average and just add it onto their monthly cleaning price. That's not the preferred way. The other way is just invoice them as you go. So every time it get low, you go get it, you send them the invoice. That would be the other way to do it. What are some signs that a potential guru is a scammer? That they have no reviews, number one. And y'all see I got countless amounts of them. You can't find anything where they were actually doing business before they start selling a course in the first fucking place. Like, you can go back to mine and see. I didn't even know what an online course was when I first got on YouTube. I was just up here driving from building to building, cleaning business, getting it done. Right? So you can see the progression versus if you get somebody brand new, they just come on the scene and they automatically got a course for you from day one. They shouldn't be like, the purpose of offering an online course or coaching program in the first place is because you provided so much value out here already that people keep asking you, and it's not enough of you, like enough time for you to be a mentor to all these people. So you put together one program where you can answer them all at once, because most people have the same questions anyway. That's how it should be if they legit. But a lot of these guys, they just pop up and it's like, well, damn, well, what did you do before this? And it's very obvious that they just grifting pretty much. And I make it clear, be clear, I definitely made way more on Clean Biz Network than I ever made from A&A Solutions, my last cleaning company. But even this is like that. No. I've done this shit already. I'm actually helping y'all get results. I got people who in my group who make actually more than me doing the shit that I'm teaching. And this ain't just no course, because I don't want to make somebody go, well, you just grifting and getting rich all these courses. I wish I had the heart to, but I don't. Right? That's not even the heart. That's the because I have a heart. That's why I don't do that. I wish I had I don't know the balls to do it, I guess. But anyway, but no. So that's why I make sure I still provide services too, because it's like nah, it's gonna be an actual company. We ain't gonna just goddamn, you know what I mean. But anyway, so there's that. You got to watch what we can take from social media. Absolutely. That's why right now I go to cleanse probably twice a year. I'll do it where I go and cleanse and I unfollow every single person. And right now I'm on one of those on Instagram. I'm only following me, my wife, her company, and my company. No. Me, my wife, and our 2 kids and my company. Do you have a method for background checks? Shit. What is it called? Scan screener is a good one. Let me see if I can. I see the problem with a lot of these background checks too that I do not like. And if I could get a solution for it, I would provide that to y'all, but I don't have it right now. But they make you join and become members, and I don't like that. I wish you could just go to the website, buy it, and be done. But you can't seem to do that. So there's that. And honestly, y'all, I ain't gonna say that yet. We're just gonna keep going. But anyway, I just pasted in the link, scanscreener.com. Shout out to Miss. Damn, I can't remember her name. She hasn't been active in Clean Biz Network for years now, but she shared that link with me years ago, and I always held on to it. All right. Also, you can just go to your local sheriff's department, I believe, or police department and do background checks that way too. All right. Michelle says, hit the like button, by the way. Make sure y'all subscribe. Hit the like button. My mama be watching. She say, make sure I don't forget to tell y'all. So shout out to my mama if you watch. But make sure y'all hit subscribe, hit the like button, share this, all of that type of stuff. Thank y'all for trying for participating. All right. I just started my cleaning company in one state, and I want to do it again in another state and run them simultaneously. Am I crazy? Absolutely not. But here's the thing. Let's just make sure it makes sense. Because you're going to feel crazy trying to run that shit if you ain't got it right now. So, because it's going to be, it's a lot. It's a lot. Like running a company ain't no joke. And it feels good to be able to say, yeah, I run a company in Florida and in Virginia. Until your ass got to drive 9 hours because it's something that happened that only you can handle. You know what I mean? Or something like that. I don't know. But that only happens if you're too small to do it. And that was the point I'm about to get at. There's no reason to go to another state if you ain't conquered the state already. Like, why we skipping those 15 cities that you got to get through to go all the way to this other state over here? Like, let's grow in order. Let's make it make sense. You know what I mean? Because it's more difficult to manage it the further it is. So just make sure that you master your first state first before you go to the next one. But it's not crazy. That's actually the goal, right? We want to be everywhere, as big as we can possibly get it. But you got to get there. It's a part. It's a process, and it's not as quick as we wish it was. So absolutely appreciate you, Sam. Sam Pod. Do you watch the what is it? My First Million podcast or listen to it? Because they got Sam Parr up there. I listen to them probably a few times a week. Have you been able to remain being humble and not become flashy or spending large sums of money on jewelry? Honestly, that ain't my character. It's just not my character. That's probably the main reason. I never been a flashy type of person. I always want to be the quiet guy who ran things behind the scenes and nobody know it. I always thought that was cool. You know what I mean? To be like that. That's probably the main reason. It's just not my character. But the other reason too is simply I ain't got it. Like I have a lot of financial responsibilities. You know what I mean? I do a lot of things. Now, that's one way to say it. And then also too, I be in a lot of debt. So every time I told you I'd be getting loans from like Stripe, PayPal, Shopify. And so every time they offer me 50, last time one of them offered me 90, you know what I mean? And they offered me 40, then they offered me 20, take them every time. So I pay like 15 grand a month in fucking debt anyway. And then I pay it off in like 9 months and then just go do it again. You know, and keep increasing it every time they get it to me. I said this time I might not get another one though. I don't know. Because like sales slow down, the payments do go down, but that shit still be aggravating to know that damn I got that debt. It's kind of nerve wracking, but at the same time, since they're not actually set monthly payments, it just like it really don't matter. But no, truth be told, no, it ain't my character. And then even if it was, like I ain't get the type of flashing I want to do would be with no jewelry. You know what I mean? Type of flashing that I would do, my type of stunting and shit, like I can't afford it yet. I want a Rolls Royce. I ain't got Rolls Royce money yet. I mean, even if I got it, it would look dumb. It wouldn't even be right to get it yet. Especially when I got so many different family members that are situations that I could help them being a lot better in. And I remember I did a video on that. You know what I mean? So instead of going to go get a Rolls Royce, I decided, all right, bam, I'm gonna pay this family member's rent every month because they're elderly and they just had a stroke. You know what I mean? Or like certain people pass in my family, I might be able to pay for that $10,000 funeral. You know what I mean? Out of pocket. And so it's like, why would I mean, I look dumb as hell if they come to me and be like, AJ, they ain't have no insurance. Do you think you can spare this or help us out in any way? And I'm walking around with fucking hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands of dollars worth of fucking jewelry on, and I say I ain't got it. You know what I mean? Like, so I think it's more so too. I got my priorities in order, and I'm a family man. A lot of these guys too ain't really family man. So of course, you know what I mean. It's cheaper to live when you just you. So. Did you join the Chamber of Commerce? Hey, Mama Summon. Shout out to my mama. Actually, she is what's her last name? Tatum. That's her. So her husband literally just passed a few months ago, but her name is Tatum now. But yeah, I didn't, but I would, and I'm thinking about doing it even here. So I definitely will recommend it for sure. All right, Billy says, and I'll make this the last one, unless the easy one pop up after this. How do you go ask clients about budgets doing walkthrough without looking like you don't know how to handle your business, trying to be in the ballpark without losing the contract? The way that I did it the very last time I did, because I always been uncomfortable with doing it, but I told myself the last time that I did it that I wanted to do it just because I've been always coached to do it, and then I've been coaching to do it, but I've always gotten intimidated a lot of times with doing it. And the way I did it last time was I did it like this. Before, as the interview was ending, I just was like, and by the way, just if you didn't mind sharing, do you have like a rough estimate of what your current budget is? And the only reason I'm asking is because I just want to make sure that when I run my numbers, if I'm not even close, I don't want to waste your time. And so he was like, oh yeah, no, I understand. And then he shared it with me. So I would just do it like that, like word it in a way to where it's like you doing a favor. You just want to make sure that y'all not wasting each other's time because your price might be way too high for them. And if that's the case, you understand. And I think, matter of fact, I said something along the lines of this too. I said something like, because of what the work that you want done and what is required, I just want to make sure that we're going to be in the ballpark. I mean, obviously, I still got to run my numbers when I get back to the office, but just to get an idea to make sure. I mean, so something along those lines, and you should be fine. But all right, y'all. Hopping off, cleanbiznetwork.com for anything Clean Biz Network, whether you want to grow your company, start your company, everything your company. Talk to me one-on-one, all of that. Cleanbiznetwork.com. I'm AJ Simmons, and I am out of here. Thank y'all. Have a good weekend.